Mark, the Mets and the Nats due to get underway in about 10 minutes or so. And right now, crowd standing. Time for our national anthem. Color guard is on the field.
Please remain standing as we honor our country with a performance of the Star-Spangled Banner. Ladies and gentlemen, Alyssa Shepard.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. Still there, oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free?
Hey, Pete, what do you got for me after that?
That was awesome. I'm so glad we covered the anthem. She was fantastic.
Very nice. Well done, young lady. Now we're ready for some baseball here. It's been raining most of the late afternoon into the evening, so we'll get underway about an hour and 5 minutes late or so. Last couple of minutes, Gio's been out in the bullpen throwing to an unfamiliar catcher. I mean, he knows Wilson Ramos really well, just hasn't worked with him but about once in the last year or so. That was September 11th of 2015. So a bit of a different wrinkle tonight, but Dusty wants that Wilson Ramos bat in the lineup.
Yeah, Dusty going with offense. And like we said in the rain delay theater, you can't throw to Jose Lobaton the rest of your career if you're Gio Gonzalez. So if it's a playoff game, if it's a World Series game, obviously Wilson Ramos is going to be in there. So this is not Game 7 of the World Series tonight. And Dusty Baker wants Wilson Ramos and Gio Gonzalez to get used to each other. And like you said, last year, September 11th, is the last time Wilson Ramos caught Gio Gonzalez.
Yeah, and you saw from the graphic, Wilson has caught him a couple of dozen times. Not like they are total strangers when they get out there, but you could see where a pitcher would be comfortable with a certain guy behind the plate, especially the way Jose Lobaton frames when he's receiving. All right, with more on Wilson Ramos and what he's doing, the complete game of Ramos, here's Dan.
Bob, Wilson Ramos has been fantastic offensively this entire season, but especially so since he came back from the bereavement list following the death of his grandfather, with whom he was very close. Ramos, in 18 games since coming off the bereavement list, hitting .377 with an OPS of .999. Ramos talked earlier today about how he's been able to focus after such a tragic loss in his family. He said that he actually talked to his grandma, and that has been a big factor in him being able to stay focused over these last few weeks. She wants him to stay locked in on his play and told him that the best way to make his grandfather proud is to keep working hard and maintain his high level of play. Dusty Baker talked about how impressed he's been that Ramos hasn't lost concentration over these last couple weeks. He knows how tough that can be after you have a tough personal loss. And another thing that Wilson has going on in the back of his mind this year is that it's his contract year. year, and that's something that some players don't deal with well. It kind of clouds them. It forces them to try and perform to a higher standard. Wilson says he isn't thinking about that either. He's trying to focus on every single day being the best player that he can. Then the next day, he repeats that same idea. So staying focused with the contract here, staying focused in the couple weeks after the passing of his grandfather, Bob. He's been fantastic this year.
Yeah, yes, he has. And let's look at what some of the other catchers are doing. I mean, we're talking about Yadier Molina, Lucroy, perennial all-star kind of guys, Matt Wieters, JT Realmuto, the young guy of the Marlins. Wilson's at the top of the list. And you know, something just dawned on me as well as we talk about Anthony Rendon and how he's been doing since being bumped to the number 6 spot. How about the fact that on a lot of nights Wilson Ramos is hitting behind him, and Rendon may be seeing some better pitches because of that. So the offense is clicking. Hopefully Gio is as well. Mets, Nats next.
Did nearly everything right, taking 2 of 3 against the Mets. This week, they meet in D.C. First place on the line again. Gio and Bartolo face off in the opener from Nationals Park. And after a bit of a delay, here we go. Gio with Wilson Ramos sharing a moment as they come in from the right field corner. Gio on the year, 3-1, third in ERA in the league with a 1.86. And by the way, here at Nationals Park, it's 1.16. So cloudy, scattered showers, humidity way up. It's 60 degrees at game time, and the flag's not doing much of anything right now. So hopefully uninterrupted baseball now that the pitchers are hot and ready to go. The Nats held the Mets to 2 or fewer runs in 6 straight games. They outscored them by a wide margin in the series, 16-4 in New York last week. Gio, well, he's a Met killer, isn't he? 4-0 with an ERA of below a run. The Nationals offense, how about that? 2 outs this season, 47% of their runs. And a lot of those in the first inning.
A lot of those because of their 4-hole hitter, Daniel Murphy, went back to New York for the first time and had his own little welcome back Murph party. He got a standing ovation his first at bat. It was a nice ovation for the Mets fans, and then because of what he did at the plate, they started to boo him, but he threw some leather around too. Made some nice plays up the middle, turned a sweet double play. Nice pick by Ryan Zimmerman. So Daniel Murphy's coming home party was a good one at Citi Field. Just love watching him play. Look at the eyes right to the baseball. the follow through, the homer.
Yeah, even his outs were well hit. Using the gaps, hitting for power. Daniel Murphy still the #1 hitter in baseball at .387. All those guys who are hitting around .400, the averages are coming down now, as you knew they would. But Murphy, he's a monster at home, hitting .415, a couple of homers, and 12 of his 28 runs batted in.
Pretty cool during batting practice to do. Today he was standing right behind Bryce Harper while he was hitting, and he was kind of critiquing his swing. And Bryce doesn't hit on the field very much, and he was standing right behind the cage saying, "Nice job." Every single time he took a good swing, he was complimenting him. Coach Murph.
So Harper and Wright, FP will set the defense in a moment, but first the Mets lineup. .235, 11th in the league, 12th in runs, first in homers in the National League. Juan Lagares getting a start tonight. Why not? He's been great against Gio, 11 for 29, a homer and 4 RBIs. David Wright's in there, 22 career homers, 97 RBIs against Washington pitching over the years. So pretty much the regular guys, except they got some bad news today about Lucas Duda. Lower back stress fracture, should be out for a while. So here's Gio, 19th career start against the Mets.
Coming off a strong one on the 18th at Citi Field. 6 in the third, and a 7-1 win. 6 in the third inning, 1 run, 5 hits, 5 strikeouts, 1 walk. 94 pitch effort. Fastball this year for Gio, averaging 89 miles an hour. And here's your defense tonight behind Gio Gonzalez. Standard, Worth, Revere, Harper, the outfield. Espinoza, Rendon, left side. Murphy, Zimmerman, right side. And Wilson Ramos, maybe not so standard, catching Gio Gonzalez. Last time he caught him was September 11th, 2015. You see the numbers. Lobaton since 2014, 40 starts with Gio. Ramos, 24. And like we said a number of times tonight already, Gio can't throw to Jose Lobaton every single game the rest of his career, and I think a lot has been made about this tonight, and I really don't think it's that big a deal.
Curtis Granderson, 2 for 12 against Dusty Baker's pitching staff in New York last week. He'll lead off. 4 for 33 career against Gio. We were scheduled for 8:10, and first pitch is at 8:12.
Before we get too far away, Carp, Alyssa Shepard with the national anthem tonight that thrilled this crowd. I wanted to mention her name on TV. She was fantastic.
That was cool. I kept waiting for her to break out in The Sun Will Come Out Tomorrow.
She was amazing. This place was going nuts.
So Bill Welke, 18-year veteran. John Hirschbeck, the crew chief, at third. And a bouncer right side that goes foul. Good crowd here. A no-hitter, #1, Max Scherzer bobblehead for folks on the way in tonight. Gio looking for his 95th career win. Max watching, Tanner Roark watching. Max got the job done in Miami yesterday, getting the Nats a 4-2 road trip. 1-2 to Granderson, shift on, and he'll drive it to right. Here comes Harper, and Bryce has it glance off his glove. Granderson aboard.
And just hit on the outside of his glove as he began his slide and tried to catch it all in one motion. And he had a beat on it. It wasn't that he didn't get a bad jump. He was definitely ready for the baseball. I think it just hit him on the outside of his glove for some reason.
And they give Granderson a base hit.
Maybe lights. I don't know.
Juan Lagares is next. So when he's in there, he plays center field, and Cespedes moves to left. 267 overall. Granderson doesn't run much at all at this stage of his career. Outside, ball 1. Rendon creeping in from third a bit. And Gio goes off speed to even the count.
Good changeup by Gio Gonzalez. Wilson Ramos with a good frame, getting the call.
1-1. then that made the 91 play harder. David Wright, how they announce him in New York. Scuffling. And a 1-2 with a runner taking a short lead at first. And Lagares reaching for the breaking ball to stay alive. It's been a while since Curtis Granderson has had a lot of steals. 11 last year, only 8 the year before that with the Mets. He stole 25 in 2011, but he hasn't really stolen many since. That was with the Yankees. And it's 2-2. For Gio, start number 220 of his career, looking for win number 95. Off speed again. That's a hit for Juan Lagares. So a liner to right that Bryce couldn't grab, and now a little chopper up the third base line. And just like that, 2 on for David Wright and Cespedes, the next 2.
Well, this is where the whole slow the game down, the sports psychology that Gio's been implementing in his game this year come into play. He's thinking it should be 2 outs, nobody on. He's made a couple of good pitches. Now there's first and second, nobody out. So right out of the gate, a high stress inning for Gio Gonzalez, and let's see how he reacts. So far this year, he's been A+.
David Wright, 6 for 24 career against him. David Wright 1 for 8 against the Nats last week. Started 2 games of those 3. Pretty good hack. Granderson getting a big secondary lead at second base.
And if you're Sandy Alderson, do you go out and maybe look at getting a third baseman and moving David Wright to first? Because we've been watching him throw, and it's not the same arm he's had in the past.
Right.
I mean, he has options now. Lucas Duda looks like he's going to be out for a while. So do you get a first baseman or do you get a third baseman? But you got to get somebody.
Yeah, Duda, 7 homers and 19 RBIs while he was able to play. And the 0-1 pitch, Gio is right in the zone with that changeup again. Now it's 0-2 on David Wright.
But changeup looked like a slider to me. Scoreboard says changeup. That is the speed of his changeup, but maybe it was a changeup that cut because it moved from the outer half to the inner half. He doesn't have a slider.
David Wright yet to bounce into a double play this year. And he'll move him back with the fastball up and in. Dusty Baker's ball club at home, 12-7. Game and a half up on these Mets. They swept Milwaukee after the Nats left town. Yeah, that's the curveball that Wright was out ahead of and over the top of. Trouble on deck. Cespedes has really warmed it up over the last 5 games. Swing and a miss on 91 up. Gio Gonzalez gets the first out himself.
This challenged fastball, climbed the ladder. David Wright with an uppercut to a high fastball. Watch the swing plane of Wright. He's swinging up on this. Tough to get on top. Maybe expecting something down the zone. He's thinking his mind lift, but that ball was letter high.
Mercedes-Benz on that pitch track on a big first out. So here's Cespedes, who is 7 for his last 17. He's at the top of the home run list, 14 with Nolan Arenado, and alone at the top of the RBI list with 35. Against Gio, 4 for 7 career with 2 walks.
Now, after strike one is when you try to expand the zone. Make Cespedes hit your pitch, because he's a guy that'll chase almost 40% of pitches out of the strike zone. You don't need to throw him a strike for a while.
He went 2 for 3 against Gio with the home run, their only run in the National 7-1 win last Wednesday. Breaking ball. It was so far inside he couldn't hit it fair.
Expand the zone, make him hit a ball. That's what Gio did right there. Curveball at his shoe tops, maybe even his back knee. Watch where this pitch is. So he takes a strike to swing at this. I mean, a ball that Wilson Ramos is going to block. So keep expanding, make him hit your pitch. No need to even come close to throwing a strike here for a minute.
2 on, 1 out.
It's a good pitch.
Yeah, shows him the fastball up. It tells you can go down and dig some balls and drive them the lower part of the zone and even on the inside part.
Good low ball hitter. Tell you what, maybe it's because the ball club has been out of town for a while, or maybe it's because of the 8 o'clock start and everybody had a chance to, air quotes, get really loose for this one, but the crowd seems into it early.
Baseball deep into the night on a Monday in late May.
They're all warmed up, so to speak.
1-2 with 1 out. A check of Granderson. 2-2.
Gio wanted it.
So that foul ball on pitch number 2, everything else belled high or up after he got ahead. Swing and a miss on a curveball in the dirt. He can't advance. First base occupied. The other runners hold, and that's the second out.
But the pitch before set up that curveball. We said that he'd swing at a ball and you could expand the zone. So what is Cespedes thinking? He just buzzed me with a close pitch at 91. I have to start my swing early to get to that fastball. Gio drops the curveball in the dirt, and Cespedes thinking about that heater in, swings at the curveball. Nice sequence.
Yeah. And a nice play by Wilson Ramos to keep the runners at first and second. So now it's Neil Walker, who's been pretty good on both sides of the plate. 276 right-handed with 3 of his 10 home runs. And against Gio career, a walk. He's 1 for 8.
How big was that strike one to Cespedes? It's the only strike he saw in that whole sequence.
On a pitch away, bouncing ball right to Zimmerman. Great battle back by Gio Gonzalez after a little adversity at the top of the first. On Masson, brought to you by PNC Bank. For the achiever in you. By Ocean City, Maryland. Let us show you a good time in Ocean City, Maryland. Book now at OCOcean.com. And by Dominion. Depend on us for more than energy. Number 47, hoping to pitch deep into the night. Here come the Nats. Ben Revere, resurgent. 7 for his last 14. Over 3 games, he's also scored 3 runs. So getting on base and touching home, the key for any leadoff guy. More on Cologne in a moment, and the Mets defense. First pitch from Bartolo, misses.
I see the Arsenal, a lot of fastballs. He'll cut it, he'll sink it, he'll elevate it. He'll front hit the sinker with 2 strikes. Last start on the 18th at Citi Field against the Nats. 7-1 loser. First time since 2005 that he walked 5 or more batters in a game. Command was an issue.
Overall against the Nats, 3-6, 10 games, 9 starts, 3.38 ERA. Revere in the air to left. It's got some carry to it, but Cespedes there.
Here's your Mets defense for tonight. Cespedes, Lagares, Granderson in the outfield, Cabrera right, left side, Walker, Campbell right side, and Kevin Plawecki behind the plate. 0-2 with a 7.45 over his last 2 starts.
Jason faced Bartolo 3 times last Wednesday. First 2 times were walks, then a base hit. He scored 2 runs. So 5 for 10 career against the right-hander, who gets ahead. Bartolo, 221 career wins. And his birthday is tomorrow. He'll be 43. 20 years older than him. A little bit outside. 1-2. Good take by Jason.
Nibbling. He's a nibbler.
Worth right up the middle, and he continues his great hitting against Bartolo Colon. So a man aboard for Bryce Harper.
We got a 5-hole right here. We do. Shoots, he scores. There goes a no-hitter. Jason Worth base it up the middle. And now Bryce Harper, who we said hit on the field today. That's news. He only does it 2 or 3 times a year with a chance.
Bryce against Cologne, 3 for 13 career. With a homer and 3 RBIs. Bartolo walked him 3 times in a row last week. And Worth was on every one of those times. This one into the corner, and it hangs up so that Cespedes can get it. Had a little reverse spin coming off the bat of the left-hander there, it appeared, and I thought that thing was going to reach the seats. 2 outs. Inside the numbers from Jeep. So since the start of last year, Bartolo somehow dominates the hitters that are most familiar with him. And the others struggle, or actually dominate him. So no difference whether it's the Phillies, the Nats, the Braves, or the Marlins, but everybody else seems to be able to solve it. Having said that, the Nats solved him big time last week.
Little get me over BP fastball there at 86. So
Murphy ended up that Mets series with 4 hits. and a walk. He drove in 4 runs. Got robbed of a couple of hits as well by good defense. Target away. Goes out and gets it, and that is up the middle. Worth's going to turn and head for third with 2 outs. Daniel Murphy, 64th hit of the year in 164 at bats.
I'm telling you what, he is on fire. You couldn't have rolled this up the middle yourself in a better spot. So he gets it by Colon and then just hits it where they ain't. Pretty simple. You see the roll of the wrist, but if you could see it from behind home plate where we saw it, it was just out of the reach. Here you go. Look at this. When you're going good, you just thread the needle like Daniel Hits Murphy just did. Unbelievable. That guy just finds ways to get hits. He's a hit collector.
424 at home. His batting average overall just went from 387 to 390. And a big spot for Ryan Zimmerman, who has 79 career RBIs against the Mets. So each pitcher has given up 2 first-inning hits. Worth able to come way down the line as David Wright plays about 20 feet from him.
Cologne.
6 doubles, 4 homers, 12 RBIs for Ryan in his last 19 games.
Cologne's velocity is down so far in this compared to what it was at Citi Field last start. Fastball's 86. Maybe that's by design.
Zimmerman, base hit right field. Now Murphy will stop at second. Ryan Zimmerman delivers his 20th RBI. Well, we showed you all those runs, 47% the Nats score with 2 outs, and they've done it again. And also another first-inning run.
I mean, you really have to locate 86 in the big leagues to be able to get people out. And right now, Bartolo Colon, a guy that usually sits at 88 to 90 on a good night 91, is 86, 87. So a big 2-out knock for Ryan Zimmerman, but that's a belt-high 86-mile-an-hour fastball that a lot of big league hitters don't miss. So good piece of hitting. Line is moving with 2 outs here in the first.
Nationals now have scored a major league leading 48 first-inning runs. Here's Anthony Rendon. Along with Murphy, the toughest out in the lineup recently. Strike 1. Rendon had 6 hits in New York. He drove in 4. He had a couple of knocks against Bartolo Colon. In fact, knocked him out of the game in the 5th inning. Let's go inside some numbers from PNC for the Achiever and you. It's unbelievable the difference that batting 6th has made.
Yeah, I'm no scout, but I think he likes hitting 6th. I mean, that's really the only number Dusty Baker had to see.
Rendon 17 for his last 42, batting .405. He's seeing it well, and that's ball 3. So 4 RBIs in there with those 6 hits against Colon. Big gap left center. They really got him played the other way in the outfield. And now on a 3-2 pitch, everybody will be moving Murphy and Zimmerman. How about the sock up and down this lineup right now? Here's Nissan with the at bat. Three-two again. Runners go. Rendon to left. Backing up Cespedes. So in the first inning, Washington will pick up singles by Worth, Murphy, what's new, and RBI variety by Ryan Zimmerman to go on top.
Right, Gio, a little tough luck in the first. Bryce Harper might have lost that line drive in the lights, then a swinging bunt. And what does Gio do? He figures out a way to get out of it. Gets David Wright in the strikeout. You on a Cespedes at a curveball in the dirt, then a ground out by Neil Walker. So settling very nice. And Bartolo Colon really in a similar situation, gives up a run. So a tale of two first innings, one right-handed, one left-handed.
22 pitches, 16 strikes in that first frame. Asdrubal Cabrera, Eric Campbell, Kevin Plawecki. First pitch, bouncer. Rendon on two hops. On the run, right on target. Kind of the way Ryan Zimmerman used to throw those.
But that, I mean, that's a hose. He just cruising in, very casual, and then throws an underhand bullet that hits Ryan Zimmerman in the face. I mean, it's a routine play, but how pretty did he make this look? Look at da, 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 boom, right on the money with something on it.
That song is entitled "Boom from the Hot Corner."
Yeah.
One out. Here's Eric Campbell. Right now, getting first base play with Duda hurt. Hitting .214. 29-year-old who's been in the Mets organization for 9 years now. Out of Boston College. Gio pulling the string beautifully early in the game.
I think also why Wilson is back there is you got a hot bat, and Jose Lobaton caught Joe Ross the other day. Then you go Wilson Ramos on Sunday. Then you go Lobaton today. Then you go Wilson Ramos tomorrow. And all of a sudden you got an every other day deal going. And Dusty Baker doesn't want his catcher losing his swing.
Exactly. 3-2 and a foul.
I thought Jose Lobaton's last game catching Gio was his best. I had him stealing about 15 strikes with his framing.
Breaking ball, freezing the hitter. That's the last thing Eric Campbell thought he was getting on 3-2. Strikeout number 3.
Well, a lot of hitters give up on this one. Watch where it starts. It's the big roundhouse curveball from Gio Gonzalez. Went through the Nats dugout and came back for a strike. Look at the torque on the arm with the eczema. Wow.
Kevin Plawecki, the catcher. 0 for 2 against Gio last week. Gio had him out front on a changeup. 1 ball, 1 strike. A nice out to get if he can, with the pitcher on deck and hopefully leading off the 3rd. Gio back to work quickly on 1-2. Bryce Harper very shallow in right. 2-2 pitch. And he goes full on another hitter. Threw him a strike, and that's why Bryce was playing shallow. 1, 2, 3 for Gio. Plawecki now 0 for his last 11. It'll be Ramos, Espinosa, and Gonzalez straight ahead.
Nothing will. Check out Ryan Zimmerman. I mean, do I need to read the promo?
Oh, man.
June 10th is 80s night, folks. First 25,000 fans, you get a fanny pack.
Oh, Heather, your husband.
And you'll be able to enjoy a pregame concert featuring the leg warmers. Go to nationals.com/80s night. And I think all the players should wear wigs like that. That was great.
That's the all-timer as far as promos here on Massa.
That was fantastic.
Wilson Ramos, Danny Espinosa, Gio Gonzalez.
That will be a meme on Twitter very soon.
Oh my gosh.
Or a meme, either one.
Ramos drives it the other way. That ball takes off, and it's caught by Granderson, who needed all of his speed to get back on that one. Wilson Ramos just crushing the ball.
A nice play by Curtis Granderson, because this ball was tattooed. He stayed on the off speed. You don't see too many sliders from Bartolo Colon. And a nice adjustment by Granderson, kind of going back and giving with the ball as it sliced toward the foul line. Good play.
Here's Danny Espinosa, 1 for 5 career against Cologne. Danny's overall batting average at 206, hitting about 20 points higher than that from the left side. He's hit over 250 his last 2 weeks. Thought about bunting. David Wright coming in from third. He was going to try to drag that one first baseline. It was way outside for that. Now David will back up with 2 strikes.
Still getting over that 80s promo. That took me a minute. I mean, I feel like we should dress up too.
We had a.
I mean, you got the tie on already, but I think we should go deeper than that. Don't you?
Had to get your shot in, didn't
Yeah, let's go. You know where I was going with that.
In fact, I think you planned on doing that first until you saw our first baseman.
You know me way too well.
Oh boy.
No, we should dress up. I feel like get in the spirit.
Or in my case, dress. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bartolo Colon first inning, 20 pitches, 14 strikes. Nats have hit about 4 balls with authority already. Time given as Colon was slow. Phillies, by the way, are interleague tonight. They're at Detroit leading 2-1, 5th inning. And so are the Marlins at home against the Rays. Left field line, Cespedes, 2 outs. When the Nats win and win big, everybody does, but they got to win and score 7 or more. That gets you 50% off regular menu price online orders at papajohns.com. Promo code NATS50. It's valid at participating DMV Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Official pizza of your Nationals. Gio Gonzalez is 2 for 6 career against Cologne with a home run. Last week, he went 1 for 2 against Bartolo with a base hit to left field. Chopper left side this time, David Wright. Plenty of time. And Colon bounces back from a 3-hit first with a 1-2-3 second.
1-0 lead as we head top 3. If it seems like national starters are working deeper into games than they did last year, well, that's because they are. Through the first 44 games of last year, national starters threw 100+ pitches only 15 times. This year, through 44 games, almost twice that, 28 times. Now, that's not to imply that Dusty is overworking his starters. They've gone just 111+ pitches 6 times this year, so only topping 110 on rare occasions. But I asked Dusty about that earlier today. He said if you pull his starter every time he gets into trouble, your pitchers won't learn how to work out of trouble. And believe me, guys, these starting pitchers appreciate the fact that Dusty is allowing them to get over that 100+ pitch count mark, work deep into games, and to try and work out of jams themselves.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Thank you, Dan, with our Coons.com sideline report. Over 2 million vehicles sold and counting. So it's a bit of an old school approach, but it's, you know, within the modern confines of the game, letting your starters kind of determine whether or not they win the game.
Well, we mentioned it, Gio's last start in New York. As a pitcher, if you're looking over your shoulder, worried about, am I coming out of this game? It takes away from what you need to do at the plate to be successful. So now you got starters that are 100% focused on getting out of the jam versus, is he coming to get me? So you don't have divided focus. And then when your manager shows confidence in you, you in turn feel like you owe the manager something for leaving you out there. So it's a win-win for everybody. And it's not just the pitch count either. I've talked to Mike Maddox about this. It's what kind of pitches have you thrown.
Right.
And in a lot of these over 100 pitches games, they've been on cruise control.
Bartolo Colon takes strike 3. Gio, 7 in a row after those 2 hits. And 4 of them on strikeouts. Top of the order, Granderson.
Dusty hanging with the staff.
Then the other old school thing we've noticed, guys charting the night before they start.
Yeah, and Mike Maddox keeps track of how many batters you face out of the stretch, because you feel like, you know, that takes a bigger toll on a pitcher. Are you in the windup or are you in the stretch? Steven Strasburg doing his homework.
Yeah, Strasburg and Matt Harvey tomorrow night.
Got the towel to keep the chart dry.
Ooh, and that gets Granderson. Right elbow area, it appeared. And he goes down to first base with 1 out. Hit by a pitch for the 4th time.
Gio's saying that's a strike, that his hands were in the strike zone, I feel like.
Yeah, that thing might have flown past his elbow and hit his hand.
Foul ball, I think, is what Gio's thinking. It hit the knob, but it got him in the hand.
Juan Lagar is next. And he bounced one about 30 or 40 feet up the third base line for a hit first time up. He's going to drive this one to right. And that's going to move Granderson over to third easily. Bryce had to go get it. Strong throw into second. So the Mets have runners at the corners with David Wright coming up. Juan Lagares 2 for 2.
Well, a nice piece of hitting right here by Juan Lagares, trying to hit behind the runner. Daniel Murphy with another deke, but that wasn't Cespedes on first. That was Granderson, and Bryce Harper did a nice job of keeping the double play in order. And maybe Gio can wiggle out of this with the ground ball.
David Wright striking out swinging first time up. He's driven in 97 runs against the Nats in his career. And that's a long ball to left. Worth on the track. 3-1 Mets. And now David Wright's driven in 100 runs against the Nats career. Boy, how quickly did those 3 things happen?
Yeah, in a heartbeat. Change up from Gio Gonzalez. 82 right down the middle. And right down the middle with a W, because almost like David Wright sat on that pitch.
4th home run of the year given up by Gio. 1-0 goes to 3-1 just like that. And here's Cespedes. The Mets lead the National League with 61 home runs. They've only given up 27. So that plus 34 differential, the biggest in baseball. Only Baltimore and Tampa Bay in the major leagues have hit more homers, 63, than New York. Hey, he had to supply all the power on that one. Gio struck out Cespedes, curveball in the dirt first time. He bounces one, base hit. Just like that, 4 runners in a row reaching base.
Hold on a minute. We got batting gloves, elbow guard, Tom Goodwin collecting, shin guard, check. Batting gloves to run the bases in going on now. I mean, if this guy doesn't get a sporting goods endorsement, I don't know who will.
Another runner. 5 hitters in a row getting on base, and they're attacking Gio early in the count. So the second time around, really rough here.
Like Matt is going to go out there and try to slow things down right now for Gio. It's moving fast. Moving fast for everybody. This is fast break offense by the New York Mets here in the bottom of the 3rd, or top of the 3rd, excuse me.
He had retired 7 in a row when Cologne struck out. Everything went haywire after he hit Granderson.
I mean, it's all about damage control for Gio right now. You know, you figure if you're Dusty Baker in the Nats, you're going to get a few more off Bartolo Colon. So make a good pitch, get out of here, and let the offense do its thing.
Cabrera swung at the first pitch that he saw. Bounced out to Rendon, leading off the second. First pitch curveball to get ahead. Right now Cabrera hitting about 10 points above his career average. Came in at 278. Time given pretty quickly there.
Was Cespedes going?
That's a base hit past Murphy. Cespedes will score. Walker to 3rd. And now the Mets have 6 consecutive base runners in the 3rd inning. And it's 4-1.
Four singles, a home run, a hit by pitch. It's happening fast right now. And the Mets are on everything. Gio Gonzalez is throwing up there. And it seems like once they got him in the stretch this inning, they figured something out.
Yeah, Bartolo now might be batting again in this inning. First and 3rd, 1 out. Campbell, the hitter, called on strikes first time. You might remember Gio got him with that backdoor curveball that came back and got the corner. Right now he needs a ground ball at somebody. Mets don't run much, only 10 steals in 18 attempts. Cabrera 0 for 1. With the Dodgers' lowest stolen base total in the National League. That ball hit well. Out to center. Revere gets it. Sac fly. It's another run. And it's 5-1 New York. Walker in. And Plawecki will be the 9th Met to bat.
Line moving for the Mets here in the 3rd.
Plawecki fly to shallow right for Bryce Harper first time. Low and inside.
This game's a long way from being over.
There's a good changeup. Three and one. There's a bouncer left side. Espinosa charging in between. Houck played it well. 5 runs on 5 hits, a hit batter, and a sac fly. Just like that, the Mets lead by 4.
The bottom of the 3rd, Nats trying to answer. Maybe Taste of the World pregame food will fire them up on May 28th. Special ticket. You enjoy bite-sized culinary delights, drinks, entertainment from more than a dozen embassies. Salt and pepper shakers. Who doesn't want those? Visit nationals.com/taste for some tastes of the world. All right. What are we crushing? Oh, wings.
Oh, yeah. It's a hot night for wings.
They got a bobblehead and a Budweiser and some wings. I am in. Just Budweiser and a bobblehead.
Bottom of the 3rd, top of the order. Ben Revere, fly ball to left center first time. Takes a pitch. Ball on. 8 for 25 career against Bartolo Colon. We'll see how Bartolo reacts to a big lead here. David Wright on the grass at third. Campbell even with the bag at first. And a two-hopper right to Neil Walker. Jason Worth got the thing started in a first inning with a base hit.
For every Nationals walk, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield contributes $50 to support girls on the run DC. This season, the Nats have 175 walks, $87.50 for the grand total. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. I feel like Bryce should be the poster child for that, don't you?
Unbelievable how much he has walked. They got him first time up tonight. 48 walks on the year. And the 0-1. It's going to have some swing back action to it. And now Worth behind 0-2. Jason 1-out single in the first. Murphy 2-out single. Zimmerman RBI single. Got the Nats on the board. Now Bartolo strikes out Worth. First K of the night. Mercedes-Benz will track it.
Well, that's what he does with 2 strikes. He'll hump up to 92. So a 3-pitch. See, all in the same spot. Did you see that on pitch track? I don't know that I've seen that very often. All 3 fastballs in the identical spot to Jason Worth. Hit a backdoor the sinker.
Ballpark quiet. Bryce trying to wake him up. '88 that time. Bryce career against Mets pitching, 14 homers, 35 RBIs. Strokes one out to center. Ball falling, but out there to get it. Good range by Cabrera. Hands it off to Lagares. And the Nats are done. 1-2-3, bottom of the third. Is brought to you by the RAV4 Hybrid. All-wheel drive, unexpected performance. Visit buyatoyota.com today. Tonight, right now. 5-1 Mets. They had 6 straight batters reach base on a total of 10 pitches last inning.
You can see that and a whole lot more on MLB.com @BatApp. Stay up to the moment at any moment with Game Day Live. Video highlights, StatCast. Download MLB.com @BAT, the #1 app for live baseball on your phone or tablet.
3 innings for Gio, 58 pitches, 38 strikes. Bartolo Colon, and then the top of the order.
That might be the fastest I've seen a team score 5 runs this year, Nats included. That was quick strike by the Mets in the 3rd.
Granderson 2 pitches, Lagares 1, Wright 1, Cespedes 3, Walker 1, Cabrera 2. 6 base runners on 10 pitches.
Well, when you face a team twice in the course of a week, they got a pretty good idea what you're going to do to him. And we talked about that earlier. Does he do the same thing he did to him last time? Does he change it up? Even though he was successful, are they going to make the adjustments based on what he did? I just think when they got him in the stretch last inning, that hit by pitch was big because I didn't see one off balance swing all inning.
So here's Granderson, who took one on what appeared to be near his hand on a pitch up and in. There's the big hook that crosses from one side of the plate to the other for strike. So they're the leadoff guys. Granderson and Lagares 4 for 4 getting on base. Two pitch. Fastball way up. Got him. Pitch away. Granderson had committed, and for Gio, strikeout number 6. When you have insight, you know how to handle your finances with confidence. Brought to you by PNC Bank. For the achiever in you, 24-year-old right-hander Tyler Mapes getting it done at Harrisburg AA, as well as 23-year-old Rafael Bautista.
Call him up.
361 career on base percentage for Bautista.
Call them both up.
Who's from Santo Domingo. And a ball gashed straight away center. Lagares busting his bat. And now Murphy trying to be a Mets buster again this week. got the penny. He's going to flip a coin here.
It's a pizza box, Bob.
I know.
And then
who would have thought that 5 presidents wanted a penny and would concede a race? Come on. Bottom of the 4th. Murphy, Zimmerman, Rendon. 4, 5, 6. First 2 have hits. Murphy looking for his 22nd multi-hit game. 2 more in this league than Gene Segura. 2 more than Xander Bogaerts over the American League.
Is it like National Save a Penny Day or something? Am I missing something?
I don't know. Penny a day.
It just bothers me.
Be able to buy a gallon of milk by the end of the year.
I just can't figure it out. It bothers me. It's going to bother me for like 3 innings.
Murphy off to the left side. The count's even 2-2. Daniel hitting .390 after his base hit right up the middle first inning. He's had 7 multi-hit games in his last 13 times. This will be out of play, left side again.
So you know when you're facing Cologne, he'll front hit that sinker with 2 strikes, and he's tried to do that to Daniel Murphy. Remember, he did it a number of times at Citi Field, and then Murphy finally got something out over the plate to do some damage. And Matt Harvey did the same thing. He was pounding them in with fastballs, and he left an 0-2 slider over the plate, and he hit it out.
Two and Murphy, another multi-hit game. His 22nd of the year. And now hitting .394.
2 a day, Murph. Look at small stride, just lifts up his heel, barrel to the baseball, roll the wrist, getting on top of it. He knew he was coming in. Hits one to the right of Neil Walker, hits one to the left of Neil Walker, and Neil Walker's confused on where to stand.
Next time he'll hit a line drive right over his head. Ryan Zimmerman went the other way for his RBI hit. Up in the zone, strike 1. Ryan now 13 RBIs in his last 20 games. 20 on the year. Target in. Way in, ball 1.
I got it.
Today is
National Lucky Penny Day. I just Googled it. It will no longer haunt me throughout this game. And I can refocus on baseball, because if I wouldn't have found that.
And when I think of all the parking lots I've been today and I didn't look for pennies. Zimmerman gets an off-speed pitch and skies it to center for Juan Lagares. First out, 4th inning.
You don't want to know what tomorrow is. National Vanilla Pudding Day. It could be messy in the president's race.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Well, on National Vanilla Pudding Day, it'll be Strasburg and Harvey, a couple of guys who are anything but vanilla. And then Wednesday night, the Nats and the Mets will close. Actually, Wednesday afternoon, it'll be Tanner Roark and Steven Matz, the lefty. St. Louis in for 4. WUSA 9 joins us on Friday. Saturday game will be on Fox, and according to the Mets, Matt Harvey will be on the hill here tomorrow. I mean, listening to the postgame show after the Nationals beat him and hit him hard last week, he would have thought by hearing their studio analysts and others that he would never pitch in the major leagues again.
Oh my goodness. I mean, Steven Strasburg's ERA this time last year was in the mid-6s, and how'd that work out? He signed a 7-year deal, so a guy that decided not to shut it down and pitched deep into October. pitched one of the better games anyone's ever seen in the World Series. And he gets booed off the mound at Citi Field last time he pitched. How quickly everybody forgets. What have you done for me lately?
Going to Rendon now. Fly ball to left first time. Anthony. It was close enough on which to be hacking. That one to Granderson. 2 outs, and Wilson Ramos is next. So Bartolo Colon attacking the strike zone here with a 4-run lead.
I mean, I think it was here when the Mets came into town and everyone was, did you hear what Matt Harvey's doing? He's shutting it down. He said, that, you know, the innings limit thing, he's shutting it down. He's not going to pitch in October. And all of New York went nuts. And they were here in town. And Terry Collins said, well, I have to talk to him. Everybody relax. And he changed his mind. He said, no, that's wrong. I'm going to pitch in September. I think they skipped a start or two for him to keep him ready for the playoffs. And then they went deep into October. And out of Tommy John surgery, that's a lot of innings, right? 230-something innings last year. And now he's kind of paying for that with loss of velocity and command. And everybody's freaking out about it. But they were all in on winning a ring last year.
One and 0 to Ramos. Hard to believe it's been 4 years now since the Strasburg situation. Shut down in 2012. Stevens had a few injuries between then and now, but none of them elbow or shoulder related, just different nagging things that took him a while to get 100%. But you know, this whole handling of young pitchers in this day and age, it's still an inexact science. Nobody knows exactly what to do in any situation. And it's up to each individual ball club to make up their own mind. Mike Rizzo and the Nats handled it one way, took a lot of heat for it. And we'll see how Harvey's able to bounce back with a lot of the season still remaining, 3/4 of it. 2-1 to Ramos. Way outside. Sammy Solis heating up. In case this inning would continue and get down to Gio's batting spot, which is still 2 hitters away. Gio's at 70 pitches, 46 strikes. Now if Ramos hits one out of the ballpark, that might change everything, and Gio might pitch for a while. Mets. They've out-hit the Nationals 7-4. Ramos gashed one first time, sent Granderson scrambling back to near the right field track. 3-2. Murphy on the move here. Way outside, 2 on, 2 out. And a chance for Danny Espinosa to bite into the deficit.
See, this is where Dusty Baker can get Danny Espinosa a pitch to hit. How can he do that? Well, he's got his bullpen up. You put a position player in the on-deck circle, and now Bartolo Colon's a guy that even with a 4-run lead might try to nibble here to get to the pitcher. Third base is the base that's open. He knows he's going to throw strikes. He's not going to walk guys like he did last game. So let's see who gets in the on-deck circle. Nobody yet. Everybody, look at the fight at the bat rack. Gio's ready. Clint Robinson's putting his gloves on. Emergency. Emergency.
Clint Robinson does come out. Strike one call. Clint has never faced Bartolo Colon.
Bartolo's getting loose. His velocity's up from the first couple of innings where he was 86, 87. Now he's sitting around 88 to 92.
Murphy singled leading off the inning, went to second with 2 outs on the Ramos walk. Could the Nats score another run or two here with 2 down? It's been their MO this year. Pitch first inning, pretty economical since. Danny Espinosa has to get the ball in play here on 1 and 2 with 2 outs. And it'll play for the left fielder, Cespedes. Long run to get under it. That's it for the Nats. They've stranded 4 runners and threw 4. The Mets by 4.
To the good stuff. And speaking of Wright, we're going to show you David Wright, who had the big blow in the 3rd inning, a hit by pitch, a base hit by Juan Lagares, and a first pitch changeup from Gio Gonzalez. Just clears the wall and left. Jason Worth had a beat on it. He just ran out of room. Off the fence on the other side of the Flowers, and that would make it 3-0. They'd score 2 more. 5-0. 5-1, excuse me, Mets.
David Wright's 240th career home run. He leads off against Gio here, top of the 5th. So he's hit 2 long balls against Gio in his career, 7 RBIs. Curveball is in there, 1-1. Gio probably emptying the tank here, due to lead off the 5th. Some tail action on that fastball, 2-2. Maybe a little sink as well. That's right at the knees with 90. David Wright didn't like the call. Gio Gonzalez, strikeout number 7. Nissan will track it.
A good fastball down the zone, right where strike number 2 was, I believe. Yeah, right on top of it. Good pitch, good frame by Wilson Ramos. Trouble hasn't been out of the windup for Gio tonight.
Cespedes, a base hit up the middle right after the right home run. 2 hits, a sac fly later, the Mets would have a 5-run 3rd inning. How about the Mets? Plus 34 now with 61 homers, giving up 27. The Nats are plus 13. That's a pretty impressive number. All brought to you by Jeep. Inside some power numbers and now some heat coming from the first base dugout.
I heard Bill Welke yell at him saying that's in. They want to know where it was.
3-1 pitch. That ball is hit high and deep, right center. Cespedes has gone deep, his 15th of the year. And it's been a long, long time since Gio Gonzalez has given up more than 1 home run in a ball game. 6-1 Mets.
I said it earlier, he's a good low ball hitter, and this fastball was down the zone. Watch how low this is. Below the strike zone, and Cespedes with the uppercut swing. Goes big fly to right center. That ball was hit. And when he hits them, they stay hit.
Well, add another one onto that differential for the Mets in home runs, now plus 35. Neil Walker, the hitter. Breaking ball, and that's hit well to left. Worth tracking it. And the Mets have a 3rd home run. Walker's 11th. And it's 7-1. Mike Maddox a slow walk. Nats are probably going to hit for Gio anyway. Bottom of this inning. Bullpen may have to rev it up a little earlier than they thought. Cabrera is next. New York 7 runs on 9 hits.
That's what they do. They hit homers. That's what their whole ball club is kind of built around. Scrappy at bats, going deep into counts. They got the big starting rotation, but they live and die by the home run.
Sammy Solis up again. This ball hit hard to right and in front of Bryce Harper, a base hit for Cabrera. And here they go again, attacking early in the count. Mets smelling blood, trying to get Gio out of this game. Campbell is next, still only 1 out, 5th inning. And Asdrubal Cabrera 2 for 3. Couple of opposite field hits.
63 home runs now for the Mets on the year. That's #1 in the National League. The Cardinals went into today with 59.
And Baltimore and Tampa Bay went into today with 63. So now the Mets right up there with the highest totals in all of baseball. Campbell 0 for 1 with a sac fly, ball 1 inside.
You can see the frustration in the body language from Gio. He's not getting the calls that he's used to getting. Having a rough night and starting to take its toll on him out there.
Yeah, Blake Trinan has now joined Sammy Solis. If Gio can't get out of this inning, they'll have to use 1 pitcher to get out of the 5th. And either double switch or employ a pinch hitter immediately. Ball hit hard. Rendon on the backhand side. Murphy couldn't get a handle to turn it. But a fantastic reaction play by Anthony Rendon. 2 outs.
Yeah, on his toes, ready for action. That was a 2-3 hop low screamer. Watch Rendon just stay on it. That ball had a little something on it because of the rain today, maybe, but he gets to his feet, throws a bullet to Daniel Murphy. I don't think he would have had a chance to turn this, but look at the play by Rendon. Beautiful play to his feet, quick sidearm sling right on the money to Murphy.
Here's Plawecki, strike 1. Easier play for Rendon. From near the bag, a bullet to Zimmerman. So Gio roughed up by the Mets tonight. His teammates have 5 innings to get him off the hook. Brought to you by T-Mobile. Aledmys Diaz, the young St. Louis shortstop, will be here Thursday. Leading rookies at 352. Cameron Maybin was hurt when the Nats played the Tigers, so we didn't get to see much of the former Marlin and Padre, but he's raking right now. And the Tampa Bay Rays, I told you they had 63 homers on the year, 36 in the month of May. And Steve Pearce, who was mashing for the Orioles a couple of years ago, has 6 of those. And the Mets, some mashers tonight as well. David Wright, Yoenis Cespedes, Neil Walker. Gio Dunn after 5 innings, 10 hits, 7 runs, didn't walk anybody, 7 strikeouts, a hit batter, 3 home runs, 90 pitches, 56 strikes. Chris Heisey faces Bartolo Colon for the first time. So Dusty giving Heisey a go at it here, and if things get a little closer later, he'll still have his left-handed pinch hitters, Drew and Robinson. Counts even, 1-1. Good eye, ball 2.
Well, it seems like the ball's carrying well here tonight, so get some guys on, see what happens. Long way to go.
What a great pinch hitter Chris Heisey is.
The only thing is, you're going to have to do it against Cologne, and I don't know if Terry Collins is going to let it happen. His bullpen has been lights out. They're working on a 14 1/3 scoreless streak over the last 4 games, and they lead the majors with a 2.33 ERA.
Familia has been perfect. We'd love to find out tonight if he could stay that way.
They have a 1.86 ERA in the month of May, so Terry Collins' bullpen has been nice. Yeah, those guys.
3-2. Bartolo didn't want to walk the leadoff man after the lead increased to 6. But he did, and Revere coming up. Let's have some more numbers as Jeet takes us inside. Ball club's been on a roll, averaging 6 runs a game, hitting well with runners in scoring position, doubles, triples, homers, unbelievable number of walks, and Ben Revere has 2 of those 5 steals. Cologne's second walk of the night. Here's Ben, who's hit one in the air to left, one on the ground to the second baseman.
I'm going for the coffee, partner. Heads up. I'm just giving you a heads up.
More?
No, it's just jet lagged, man. I'm firing down some coffee. Rally coffee.
Revere, hot shot. Wow, look at that. 4-6-3.
Did he touch second?
I'm wondering if Cabrera got the bag. DJ Rayburn was almost down to a knee. Eyes locked on the second base bag.
There's no neighborhood play. I don't think he touched second. Maybe he kicked it and I missed it, but you have to touch the bag nowadays. There's no neighborhood play. Did he get it? Yes, he did. Kicked it.
Well turned by the Mets. 2 outs, bases empty.
This coffee stinks.
Jason Worth 1 for 2, base hit, swinging strikeout. Right field line with this fly ball. Granderson to his left. So the Nats 3 batters, and the end of the 5th inning came quickly. It's all Mets by 6 into the 6th.
We head to the 6th. As Bob and FP mentioned earlier, Lucas Duda lands on the disabled list for the Mets. Stress fracture in his back, serious injury that'll knock him out for an extended period of time. That's a big loss for New York. Duda hit 57 home runs for them over the last 2 years. So how are they going to replace him? Well, Eric Campbell's there for now. They're thinking Wilmer Flores could help out once he's back from the DL. Terry Collins talked to David Wright about maybe moving over there. He says for now that's not something that the Mets are considering, although they might down the road. Michael Conforto also a possibility. And as FP mentioned earlier, the Mets have acknowledged that they're going to look outside the organization as well. Not sure how many teams this early in the season are ready to dump a premier corner infielder, but the Mets are going to look to upgrade. They don't feel they probably have enough within the organization right now to fill that big void that Lucas Duda left.
Yeah, awfully early to be looking for a guy like that as opposed to maybe in July. Flores due to come back in 4 days from a left hamstring pull. And that was Dan with a Coons.com sideline report. Over 2 million vehicles sold and counting. So Blake Trinan and Bartolo Colon. Bartolo has not at all been interested in swinging the bat tonight. Gio struck him out looking twice.
The Mets record through 43 games last year. Did you see this? 24-19. They trailed the Nats by a game and a half. The record through 43 games this year, 25-18, trailing the Nats by a game and a half. So yeah. I don't think they're panicking per se, but when you lose a big slugger like Lucas Duda, well, they lost their third baseman for almost all of last year too and did some good things. So Terry Collins been there, done that. He said earlier in his career he would have panicked in a situation like this, but with all the experience, he's figuring, okay, we'll find a way.
Bartolo walks away. He's 0 for 3.
Time for Toyota K's for Kids. Washington area Toyota dealers want to help children and their families by making a donation of $37 to the Children's Inn at NIH for every strikeout by a Nats pitcher this season.
Top of the order, Curtis Granderson. 1 for 2. First inning single. Third inning, seemingly game-changing hit by a pitch. Because then everything went crazy for the Mets offense right after that. Then he struck out against Gio in the 4th. Granderson against Trinan. 2 for 4 with a home run, 2 RBIs. Nice comeback with that slider from outside to the outside edge.
Well, that stat that I just said with the records, that means the Nats record is very similar to last year at this time.
Almost identical.
Shows you how early it is and how anything can happen from here on out.
On Saturday, May 23rd last year, the Nationals were 25-17. So same date, 2 fewer games.
Those are the tangible things. The intangible things are, it just has a different feel this year around here in a great way. So yeah, you can say, well, yeah, it's very similar to last year, Mets, Nats, but yeah, I don't know. It just feels a lot better this year for whatever reason.
So this is game 45, and last year going into game 45, the Nats were 26-18. They had won 7 of 8 and 19 of 24. So after an extremely slow start, they really got it going.
But trying to sport in the stash.
2-2 to Curtis Granderson. Murphy in short right field. Rendon at short on the shift. And right to his right is a base hit. Curtis Granderson on for the 3rd time.
Tell you what, I fill out my scorecard and I'm saying, based on what we've seen, there's no way Curtis Granderson is hitting 200. I mean, he's done everything against the Nats in 4 games this year, and it continues here tonight. On base 3 times.
In the series last week, they held him to 2 for 2, but he had a couple of walks and a home run. So the big blows, all you need to know really, the right 3-run homer in the 3rd. Cespedes 2-run shot in the 5th. Then Walker goes back-to-back with him. 5 runs on 5 hits in the 3rd, and 6 men reached base over a 10-pitch span against Gio. Cespedes a solo shot after David Wright had struck out. To Hopper. Double play ball. Murphy. Plenty of time to turn it, even with the speedy Juan Lagares. So Trinan puts a 0 on the board in the 6th. Harper, Murphy, Zimmerman coming up. as the Nats swept them in St. Louis. And that'll be this weekend starting Thursday. Yachty and his buddies will be in town. And that young rookie we talked about, Aledmys Diaz, led the league for part of the season in hitting early. So Jason Worth is ready for St. Louis. Visit Nationals.com for tickets. A guy standing there who has a little history with that ball club.
7-1 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Washington, D.C. Lexus dealers are donating $250 to the Children's National Health System. For every home run a Nats player hits this season, it's for a wonderful cause. Lexus, the pursuit of perfection.
Harper, Murphy, Zimmerman. Right now, Bartolo Colon averaging about 12-13 pitches per inning. He had Harper lunging. Fly ball left field track and not reachable for Yoenis Cespedes. Nats box, 3 hits for a run in the first, 1 out Worth up the middle, 2 outs Murphy up the middle, Zimmerman to right center, and that's the extent of the scoring offense. Murphy's leadoff hit in the 4th, the only base hit since, and he's on deck. 2-1.
We talked about it a little bit during the rain delay, but for Bryce Harper, how does he get hot? When he doesn't see that many pitches, you got to take advantage of the ones you get. It's really easy to say, but you know, talking to Dusty Baker today, if you're in walk mode up there and you're thinking that, sometimes a strike will surprise you, and he was wanting Bryce to swing a little bit more and be aggressive on certain pitches.
Tapper to the right side, 1 out. Here comes Murphy.
But you get in that mode where it's ball, 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 and you know, as a hitter, you haven't seen a strike, and then all of a sudden you see one. It's like, oh, there it is. And it's hard to, you know, be aggressive when you haven't seen a pitch in a long time. But you know, I don't know what he's going through. I've never even been close to that situation where all of a sudden you see a pitch and you have to pounce on it. It's something I guess you have to learn. I don't know.
First pitch, center field. Lagares, 2 outs. Bartolo Colon cruising, trying to win his 4th game of the year against 3 losses. Boisterous crowd here. Scherzer, no-hitter bobblehead night number 1. Hour and 5-minute rain delay. Actually 1:07 by the time we threw first pitch. And then the Mets, after the Nats got that early run, really quieted things down here.
Should we think about building an ark? Is that like out of the question?
Well, we don't need 2 producers. We have one of the best. We don't need 2 directors. We got one of the best.
I mean, we have a buffalo and the werewolf, so that's a start.
Yeah. They're bound to get into it at some point.
We didn't need more animals. But hasn't it rained for like 40 days and 40 nights? Something like that?
We've been gone for half of it.
I'm surprised there's not moss growing on the foul poles. I don't think they've turned on the sprinklers here in a month.
I don't know. I'm seeing sun Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Good.
Partly sunny tomorrow. Zimmerman rams one to the right side. Great swing by Ryan. And going the other way, he's 2 for 3 tonight. That'll bring in Anthony Rendon.
Oh, and he's got covering that outside pitch like he has been lately. Look out. Couple hits tonight for Ryan. Had some good at-bats in Miami. Robbed of a few hits.
In fact, for the hitters, I see sun 86 Wednesday, sun 88 Thursday, sun 90 on Friday.
Oh, bring it on.
Baseball weather.
All right, scratch the arc. Bad idea.
You'd be screaming for air conditioning by Saturday. Anthony Rendon, fly ball to left, fly ball to right. Counts even, it's upstairs. They're having a wild one down in Miami. 8th inning, Rays 6, Marlins 5. And the Phillies trailing 5-4 at Detroit in the 7th. Oh my goodness. Ryan Zimmerman basically just walked his way to a stolen base. Did Bartolo go off the windup there? Zimmerman acting like he did. That was rather bizarre.
Check out Bartolo. Yep.
Full windup.
Brain cramp. Look at the best jump ever at the top of the screen.
And then strike called to Rendon. The inning's over. Bartolo looking at Ryan Zimmerman there for a second. We go to the 7th. It's 7-1 Mets.
The 7th inning. It's been all Mets here tonight. 3 home runs. Time for Kia in the driver's seat. And David Wright with the first Mets home run. That was in the 3rd, a 3-run shot. That made it a 3-1 ball game. Then Yoenis Cespedes goes shopping in the right center field gap, and Neil Walker right behind him. So back-to-back taters, and 3 on the night for the Mets, and 63 on the season. That leads the National League.
So it's David Wright and Blake Trinan, top of the 7th. Cespedes 2 for 3, as is Neil Walker. Wright 2 strikeouts around the homer. He's 2 for 4 career with a walk against Blake Trinan. And a swing, foul tip. Well, Gio Gonzalez had never given up 3 home runs as a national starter until tonight. Last time he did 5 years ago as an Oakland Athletic at Texas. One ball and 2 strikes to David Wright. And he drives it the other way. Bryce Harper on the run, pulls up and makes the grab.
David Wright, it doesn't look like his back is hurting him today. It's that degenerative thing that he has going. Good days, bad days. Dusty Baker fixing his shoelaces.
Well, if this doesn't change, the Mets will be within a half game. Phillies trailing, Miami trailing in their ball games. Spinal stenosis, what David Wright's been battling, but he looks nice and loose and warm tonight. Here's Cespedes, 2 for 3. Oh for 1 against Blake Trinan, who struck him out. I mean, look at the action on that. Such an easy motion. We told you the Cespedes power zone was big last time, from up and away to down and in. He went down and got it. As P had mentioned earlier in the night, a good low ball right-handed batter.
He's a guy like Bryce that makes you flinch when he swings. I would say Giancarlo Stanton's in that category. Nolan Arenado's in that category. I'm trying to think of other guys. Paul Goldschmidt's in that category. Guys that when they hack, it's so violent, you just kind of, you're like, whoa. The ooh and ah guys when they swing and miss.
Out to short. Danny Espinosa on the charge, on the run, 2 down. Blake Trinan, 5 batters, 5 outs. There was a hit, but he got a double play ball. Now he faces Neil Walker, who's 0 for 2 against him. Nationals Park, first of a 7-game homestand. 3 with the Mets, 4 with the Cardinals. This one got off to a good start. Ryan Zimmerman, RBI single, bottom of the first. Then the Mets exploded for 5 in the third, and they haven't looked back.
I'd throw Anthony Rizzo, Carp, in that category, but he's more of a smooth swinger. You know, it's not like a violent explosion. He's kind of hits the helium home runs that are real high in the air with that classic left-handed high finish.
Yeah, Bryce is violent. That guy really cranks it up. Oh, 1 to Walker. And trying to bring in that slider in again. He's done that a couple of times to the left-handed batters. Neil Walker's power zone, more vertical, and pitch number 2.
I'd put Manny Machado in there in the American League. Josh Donaldson, guys that make you flinch when they swing hard.
I flinch every time Andrew McCutchen swings against our team. Then a 1-2. But you're right. Guys like that, kind of rare.
It's just the max effort, violent swing that even when they foul a ball off, you're like, whoa.
I think from your era, Gary Sheffield was one of those guys.
Good call.
2-2, and that's in the dugout. Blake Trinan trying to get this into the bottom of the 7th. An Ansel hit for him, Ramos Espinosa, and the pitcher spot due up. Fastball just outside, 3-2. Neil Walker, good pickup for the Mets to replace Daniel Murphy. Came in hitting .255, but now he has 11 homers and 21 RBIs. Murphy has 7 RBIs more than that, by the way. Swing and a miss on that slider down. So 2 impressive innings by Blake Trinan. Wilson Ramos to lead off after we stretch at the ballpark. Telecast is presented by authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the expressed written consent of the Washington Nationals. Well, some of our guys out there, including Superman, hanging in for the bottom of the 7th. Nets need all the power they can get here. Ramos, Espinosa, then a pinch hitter. Screech regaling the audience during the 7th inning stretch. Wilson Ramos 0 for 1, a hard line out to right and a base on balls. 6 innings for Bartolo Colon, 81 pitches, 58 strikes. You can see how they're going to pitch him by the way the outfield's playing. First pitch away. Ramos got around it, knowing he has time as Jubal Cabrera throws him out. Potomac Nationals, the countdown is on. They're back home. Lucas Giolito t-shirt giveaway on the 27th. A Harper MVP bobblehead on the 28th. Bark in the Park 29th. Tickets, we are told, and you can see, are going fast. 703-590-2311 or PotomacNationals.com. Danny Espinosa takes ball 1. Clint Robinson for Trinan next. Blake threw 22 pitches, 17 strikes in 27 pitches, 17 strikes and 2 solid innings. Yusmeiro Petit maybe the rest of the way.
Yusmeiro Petit's like a really good lineman in football.
Espinosa pops one high left side. Cabrera out. Called off by Cespedes, 2 outs.
Yeah, they just do their job and you never hear about them. But within the industry, everybody knows how good they are. That's what Yusmeiro Petit is.
Yeah.
Just under the radar, so valuable. He's done a great job. I think one of the most valuable pickups in the offseason for Mike Rizzo and his ball club.
So Jerry Blevins out there with Hansel Robles. It would have been Clint Robinson had Espinosa reached base. But now with the bases empty, Dusty wants Stephen Drew to get aboard and try to get something going when Revere rolls around. Stephen Drew 0 for 2 career against Bartolo Colon. As a pinch hitter, 1 for 9, a homer, 2 RBIs. Shift is on. Foul ball. Marlins have tied up that game 6-6, bottom 8 at home against the Rays. Phillies still trailing 5-4 at Detroit.
Well, you got to give Bartolo Colon a little credit. I mean, he came out here tonight throwing 85, 86, and I thought this is going to be a short night for him based on what we saw last start in New York where he walked 5 hitters. But, I mean, as the game went on and he got some runs, he got loose, and now he's 90 to 92, getting stronger as this one goes on.
After his team took the lead, he retired 7 in a row, 9 of 10 at one point. It hasn't given the Nationals more than 1 hit in any inning since the first. 1-2 to Drew. On the changeup, he eyed a pretty good take right there. Ball 2. And Drew pops one up. David Wright all alone over there. Nats go 1, 2, 3. To the 8th. It's all Mets in game 1 of the series and the homestand. Nationals baseball on Matson, brought to you by Airlines for America, where airplanes land, opportunity takes off. And by your Washington, D.C. BMW centers. Visit WashingtonDCBMW.com tonight for exceptional offers. Nats a little deeper into their bullpen here with Yusmeiro Petit appearing, and Dusty's call to the bullpen brought to you by the UPS store. Together, there's nothing we can't solve. Visit the UPSstore.com for locations.
Well, you see the arsenal for Yusmeiro Petit: fastball 88, slider, curveball change to complement it. He likes to change up at 81. Opponent's hitting 210 off him, and guess what? He has a nasty cutter.
1.59 ERA in his first 10 appearances as a Nat. Stephen Drew takes over shortstop here on the double switch. So Danny Espinosa done for the night, and the pitcher is batting 8th. Right side Murphy just onto the grass. Time to recover though, and then Zimmerman a nice backhanded swipe. Always tricky, P, when you're near that dirt grass transition.
Yeah, that's why sometimes you like to play way behind it or way in front of it. But when you get right where Daniel Murphy was, it's no man's land. What's that mean? Well, you don't know whether to expect that little lip to be a ramp and the ball to come up, or the ball doesn't hit the lip and stays down.
Eric Campbell, the first baseman, is next.
And with Yusmeiro Petit in the game, it reminded me, I have it on my scorecard tonight. Best wishes go out to Ryan Vogelsong, got hit in the eye with a fastball today. And he's one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. I've known him for a long time, and I hope he's okay, because that was really ugly.
Oh, so scary to see that happen.
It's the big leagues. You have to find a way to throw a better pitch than that.
Rendon to his left. Zimmerman evidently pulled off the bag, according to Vic Carapazza. I'm sure the dugout will have a look at that. Anthony on the run, had time to make the play.
No, I didn't see Ryan arguing a whole lot. That's what you look for nowadays. The reaction by the player. And I don't think his foot was on the bag.
You're going to give Rendon an error. That'll be his 4th of the year. A rare error by the Nats, only their 17th all season. Colorado and the Mets have 18.
That was off. I mean, just at the end. Close. Are they going to look at it?
Looks like the Nats will challenge.
I mean, the call by the umpire is the third thing you look for now. The first thing you look for is the reaction of the player. Then you look for the reaction of the runner to see if he's given the headphone sign. And I said it the other day, I feel bad for umpires because they used to be the judge and jury, and now they're just a suggestion. That's all they are. The out calls a suggestion, the safe calls a suggestion, and then we have to get that verified somewhere else. So I feel the best umpires that I always had confidence, they had swagger, just like players. They had confidence in their ability, and you could feel it as a player. And I feel like nowadays these guys are all doubting their abilities because of replay, the strike and ball box that we show all the time, and that every broadcast shows.
Well, you and I had a chat about this before we went on the air tonight, and whatever your job is, when everything becomes so automated and every little thing is looked at, it's only natural when a few of these things get overturned to lose your confidence.
I mean, it's just like whatever job you have, if your boss called you every 5 minutes and was questioning what you did, you'd lose confidence in whatever you thought you did really well. And now these guys, I feel like it's gotten worse. because every time they make a call, they're wondering if they got it right. Where back in the day, they knew they got it right. Hey, I do this for a living. I'm a major league umpire. I got swagger. I have confidence. And now I don't think they do. That's why it's gotten worse.
Runners out. Ryan Zimmerman stayed on the bag. It's the second out of the inning. It saves Anthony Rendon an error. And Tom Goodwin next to Ryan Zimmerman. His reaction.
That just saved him an error.
Anthony took an extra crow hop before that throw.
Well, he had that coming. He's had some tough errors that I didn't think were errors this year. So maybe that one kind of makes up for it. All right. I'll take it.
Here's Kevin Plawecki. He'll promptly pop it up, and that quickly with a challenge. And the Nats are now 7 out of 19 this year. The inning comes to a close. We're going bottom 8. We're going top of the order. Revere, Worth, and Harper.
Of the 8th inning. Bring your furry friend to Nats Park. No, that's not your neighbor with a hairy back. That's your dog. Monday, June 13th for this season's 4th Pups in the Park. That's presented by Budweiser. Owner and dog tickets are available for Pups in the Park. A portion of the proceeds benefit the Washington Humane Society, so that's awesome. Visit national.com/pups to purchase your tickets today.
Former Nat Jerry Blevins. 64 games here 2 years ago. 32 years of age now and coming off some injury issues to be a vital part on that left side of the Mets bullpen.
Did you see what our super director Chuck Whitlock did for me today?
Yes.
He bought me a big poster with every breed of dog on it, and we're putting it up in the booth. So,
well, I think that's a good thing to do. You've missed him for 4 years.
No, I've been nailing him.
So against the left-hander, Michael A. Taylor gets the pinch hitting appearance here. Bottom 8. Fastball is up and away. Michael A. Taylor 0 for 1 career against Jerry Blevins.
Come off the bench, get a fastball, let her rip.
Bartolo Colon goes 7 innings, a run on 5 hits. Walked a couple, struck out a couple, 90 pitches, 64 strikes. He's in line for his 222nd career win.
Boy, with that shot right there, doesn't look like there's tons of room up the middle. It's really not that big, but for whatever reason, it looks like just hit it up the middle. It's not that easy.
And Taylor will walk away as he couldn't pull the trigger on 89. Mercedes-Benz will track it.
Yeah, it might have been looking in right here. The fastball was on the outer half, but everything out there except for pitch number 4 was on the outer half.
Jason Worth 1 for 3. Career against Blevins, 1 plate appearance, a walk. Pretty good pitch, he just missed. Phillies, it's a final at Detroit. They lose 5-4 tonight. Marlins have rallied. They lead the Rays at home 7-6. Top 9. Sammy Solis for the top of the 9th, it appears.
Swinging Rays are hitting taters left and right this month.
That's a curveball, and Worth did a great job of waiting on it. Out to left center, and a 2-for-4 night.
Well, grinding out at bats, not giving any away in a 7-1 game. Jason Worth does a nice job of going down and getting this one and actually elevating a low pitch. Look at the extension, the roll of the wrist. There's the middle we're talking about. Hustling down the first baseline, taking a big turn, playing hard with the slide down 6. I like it.
Bryce Harper 0 for 3. Foul out to the left fielder. A flare to left center that Cabrera went over the shoulder to rob him of a hit. Then a ground ball to second.
It's something little, Carp, but good players and good teams do what Jason Worth just did. 37 years old. It's a 7-1 game, and he busts it down the line and takes a huge turn at first base. What's the big deal about that? Well, if I'm in that dugout and I see that guy at his age doing that, A, it fires me up, and B, it makes me think I better do the same thing if I get a single down by 6 or 7 runs someday.
Wow, Blevins 71 on the curve. Bryce fighting one off. That's David Wright. A little late getting to the bag because of the shift. Neil Walker. So that's a 5-4 force out. Jerry Blevins for the Mets, and Dan has more on a former Nat.
Bob, as you mentioned, last year was really tough on Jerry Blevins. After he got up to a great start with the Mets, he broke his left forearm and then was rehabbing, was coming along well, and then in August he slipped on a curb and re-broke that same left forearm, knocking him out for the entire year. I caught up with Jerry briefly earlier today. He says it feels good to just feel like a real baseball player again. He's been loving being back on the mounds with the Mets, and it's good to see Jerry in good spirits and pitching well, guys. As FP has mentioned, he's a fantastic guy.
Yeah, one of the great guys we've had on this ball club. Ball 1 to Murphy. Daniel 2 for 3 tonight. His 22nd multi-hit game. He's done that 8 of his last 14 starts. Murphy against Blevins, though, career 0 for 5 because of big hooks like that. Hansel Robles. A 7-1 game if Murphy gets aboard. Would Terry Collins go to a right-hander for Zimmerman?
Yes. Terry Collins leads the league in matchups. That's the way he manages.
Three and one to Murph, trying to get on for the third time tonight, adding to that .420 on base percentage. He will fly it to right. Out is Walker, in is Granderson. Right fielder calls off his second baseman. That's it for the Nats in the 8th inning. Stranding 6 base runners tonight. 7-1 Mets. Brilliant against the Mets last week. 1 run, 6 hits, 6 innings. He struck out 10, walked 1 in a ball game where the Nats won 9-1 and really roughed up Matt Harvey. He didn't make it out of the 3rd inning. 9 runs, 6 earned on 8 hits, walked a couple. The Nats won big. Strasburg went to 7-0. He will take the mound with that 2.80 ERA for his 10th start tomorrow night. Johnny and Ray 6:30 Nats Extra. Sammy Solis for the 9th.
A fastball averaging 93, curveball change to complement it.
Facing a pinch hitter for Blevins, and that's Matt Reynolds. Michael A. Taylor, center field after pinch hitting. Solis delivers 93, and there are no balls, 2 strikes. Matt Reynolds 0 for 4 since his call up. 0 for 1 as a pinch hitter.
Ooh, everybody thought that was a strike. Solis, Ramos stood up to throw it to third. What does
Nissan think?
Yeah.
Well, that takes care of that. 1 out, top of the 9th. Next up, Granderson, then Lagares. Late change of plane on that. Granderson against Sammy, 0 for 1 career. Curtis has had a good night. 2 hits, hit by a pitch, a run, 2 for 3 overall. And now 0-2 on another hitter. Fastball up, and it's hit the other way. Jason Worth maybe right in the lights as he caught it. 2 outs. Johnny Holiday, rain night here at the ballpark. Well, we all had high hopes going into game 1 of the series. Things not working out great tonight. They'll recap it for you. Look ahead to Strasburg tomorrow on a Nats Extra postgame show presented by W.B. Mason. Juan Lagares against Solis, 0 for 1. He's had a good night, 2 for 4.
Like Sammy Solis's work rate, he's getting it going. He always does. Love guys that come out of the bullpen and work fast. The reason you don't see it a whole lot, because usually you come out of that pen, all of a sudden you're in a game and it's moving fast. So relievers generally try to slow things down so that they kind of take a deep breath and relax. Very rarely do you see a reliever just get it and go. He does.
Sammy Solis jamming the right-hander Lagares. So we're going bottom of the ninth. Ryan Zimmerman's had a good night. 2 for 3, an RBI and a stolen base.
Have the upper hand tonight. They lead it by a score of 7-1 as Ryan Zimmerman gets set to step in the box. Johnny Holiday and Ray Knight inviting you to stick around, because who knows what can happen in the bottom of the ninth inning.
Hey, you never know. You never know. It'd be nice to explode and wake up everybody in New York that's probably laid down and then listen to that radio. But yeah, Gio had a tough time, boy. He threw a lot of pitches right down the heart of the plate, and he was due a bad outing. You're not going to go all year. He had 6 great outings in a row, but tonight left a lot of balls right in the heart of the plate.
So a lot to talk about when we come back to Nationals Park, and let's go back upstairs to Bob at FP. And Ryan Zimmerman's had a pretty good night tonight, guys.
Johnny, he has the Nats' only RBI tonight. FP, that came a long time ago.
Yeah, bullet to right, put the Nats up 1-0. That scored Jason Worth, who's singled. So Jason Worth with a 2-hit night. Ryan Zimmerman with a 2-hit night, and he's trying to make it more.
Logan Verrett trying to close things out for the Mets here. 25-year-old right-hander. who has done some starting for them on a spot basis last year and this season.
Let's see the ERA at 3.38. Opponents hitting 279. Right-handers 283.
Ryan Zimmerman against him. One career plate appearance. It was a base on balls. First pitch ambush didn't work. Pitch away.
Do that late in games. Rarely swings at the first pitch, but every once in a while, that third or fourth at bat, he'll try to jump you.
Well, in the division tonight, 2 of 3 teams chasing the Nats have already won. Actually, the Phillies dropped one and the Marlins won one. The Mets trying to be the other team to post a W, make things a little tighter. Oh, 2 to Ryan. They wanted way upstairs. It was still reachable.
Catch everything all season long by following Masson Nationals on Twitter. Check out the highlights of the game. Go behind the scenes and enter to win exclusive prizes. That's at Masson Nationals on Twitter.
Zimmerman sharply to David Wright. And the stretch at first by Campbell, 1 out. Well, always great watching Steven the way he's pitching right now. Strasburg will be 7-0 with a 2.80 ERA. When he takes to the mound, it's 7:05 tomorrow night. Matt Harvey, important night for him and for the Mets. Although it's only May 24th when he takes that mound. Anthony Rendon. One for 2 against Verrett with a base on balls and a rare Olford the way he's been going.
The bullet to right his second time up, flew out to left first time.
David Wright again. Nats are down to their final out. Mets about to win their 4th in a row. As soon as the Nats left town, they got right. They swept Milwaukee. Trying to get this series off to a good start. Wilson Ramos 0 for 1 career against Verrett, and working on an 0 for 2 night with a walk. Strike 1.
He hit one deep to right his first time up. Sent Curtis Granderson back, made a nice play.
Cologne will be 4-3, Gio 3-2, unless the improbable happens here. And now it's Ramos on 0-2 with 2 outs. Swing and a foul tip.
There's a little pie section down in the left field corner of Mets fans. I'd say about 30 or 40 of them that have been having a good time tonight. There they are.
Yeah, tonight was their night. 0-2. Fastball didn't miss by much. Crowd of 31,264 paid tonight. And the slider low and away, ball game over. So the Nats and the Mets had to wait an hour and 7 minutes to get this one going. Bryce Harper went 0 for 4. The Nats bats were pretty quiet. And that is it for the first game of the series in 2 hours and 33 minutes. Tomorrow night, Steven Strasburg goes for the Nats. He'll be opposed by Matt Harvey, and Strasburg will be trying to make it 8 in a row. Johnny and Ray, Nats Extra pregame at 6:30. This has been a Masson presentation from the ballpark. So long for just a while.